welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Colourpop No Filter Foundation. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. This is what the outer packaging does look like. It says Colourpop No Filter Foundation. I haven't even opened up the packaging because I just received it. And this is in the shade Medium Dark 145, so you do have the shade name here at the top. So let's open this up together. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is what the foundation bottle does look like. It doesn't come with a cap, which bothers me. I also picked up the shade Dark 55 as well. So let's open this up and let's kind of compare side by side. Medium Dark 145 is a little bit lighter than Dark 155. I wasn't really sure what my shade would be. Online when I was picking up the foundation, it was a bit tricky because they didn't have my shade in Fenty 360. These retail for $12 each. I also picked up the pressed powder in the shade Dark because I felt like medium would be a little bit too light for me. So here we have the pressed powder. I think this one would be fine for me. There we go. Ooh. So here we have 145. It's a little bit too light. So let's see what this looks like. I think I would go with the shade Dark 155. I'm going to leave this on the back of my hand just to see how it does dry down. My Colourpop order also came with this little note card. It says, "You're a peach." And then on the back it does say Colourpop on it. And in the package I also got my packing slip as well. I just have a few pumps squirted out right here. Ooh, and it is a bit runny. One side with a brush and then the other side with a damp beauty blender. So I'm just going to take a little bit. We're just going to start packing this on the face. This does seem a little bit too dark on me. On camera it's probably not that dark, but in person it looks a little bit too dark. This is what one layer of the foundation does look like blended in with a brush. I really do like the coverage so far. It did cover up my redness and I didn't have to use a lot of product. Use the rest of this with a damp beauty blender to see what coverage we get on this side. We're just going to take the remaining of the foundation from the back of my hand and we're just going to stamp this. You guys know that's been my go-to technique. I feel like it doesn't give as much coverage as the brush side did. I just took 2 drops and I'm just going to stamp this on my brush and just stamp this on the face. So this foundation does come in 42 different shades. You guys also saw with the No Filter concealer that I couldn't even find my shade in that either because I feel like their shade range is a little bit odd. They have medium and then they have dark and then deep dark. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I blended out everything with my foundation brush and this is how we are looking. So far I do like the coverage. I'm looking a little bit orange. I wish I could use this shade, but it's turning a little bit too light beige for me. So I guess we'll have to go with this shade. I'm going to be setting everything in place with this pressed powder in dark. I'm just going in with a powder brush and just swirling this in. I just used a little bit of the powder and I just patted this in. The foundation feels like it's rubbing off. You can see my redness kind of peeking through. Whereas this side you can't really see anything because I haven't set it with powder. I literally just tapped this in here, swirled it around and just went like this. I'm interested to know how this foundation does sit on top of bronzer, blush, just sitting on top of product. Will it remove your makeup? As I was setting my face with the pressed powder, I literally just dropped it from where I was holding it onto my lap. And it came out. The packaging, it's just a little magnet here. You get a mirror, which is great. This is how much product you're actually getting. This little pan size. And I don't mind that this is $6 because it's cheap. But look at this. I'm not sure what I did to Colourpop, but Colourpop, this always happens to me. Every time I test out a product, it's either the packaging or it's like it's not cohesive. I'm just gonna keep my sanity. I'm just gonna forget this little mishap happened, but I definitely wanted to share with you guys that this is the amount of product that comes with it. I just literally ran my finger across this and I don't feel like there's any pigment coming off of this. There's very, very little pigment. For me, I don't think this is a good pressed powder. Let me just pop this back in. I just found this Colourpop pressed powder interesting. It's just, it even says sheer, you guys see this? Sheer pressed powder. No wonder there wasn't any pigment. Alright guys, my camera battery did die on me, so I had to charge it for about 10 minutes. So the foundation did oxidize a bit. It also oxidized on the back of my hand. This is what the foundation is currently looking like. On this side of my face, since I didn't powder, it is starting to crease. I'm not going to add any concealer. I'm not going to add any blush, bronzer, anything on my face, just the foundation. We're going to see how this foundation does wear throughout the entire day. One side is set with the pressed powder and the other side is not set with anything. Back in with you guys at the end of the night to see how this foundation does last. I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the Colourpop No Filter Foundation. This is what the foundation is currently looking like. The Colourpop No Filter Foundation is not long lasting at all. It did kind of crumble up all over my face. When I was 5 hours into this foundation, it did not look as good as when I did apply this foundation. I did set this side of my face with the Colourpop pressed powder and I don't really see a difference. The foundation is looking very splotchy and just kind of just sitting around everywhere. And not only that, I noticed down here, it just kind of gathered. It just gathered there. I'm just like, okay. I did want to mention to you guys that this Colourpop pressed powder retails for $9. I thought it was $6, but it's $9 and I don't really think this is worth the money. I have not blotted the entire day. Wow, a lot of the foundation did come out, but it does look pretty matte on this side. That this foundation transfers everywhere like crazy. I was actually using my phone on this side of my face and I knew I powdered on this side and there was so much foundation on my phone. I was like, where's the foundation going? It needs to see on my face. I want to see how the Colourpop No Filter Foundation does perform the entire week, and then I will check back in with you guys at the end of the week to let you guys know my final thoughts, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the week of me testing out the Colourpop No Filter Foundation. I'm currently wearing both of the Colourpop shades. I'm wearing 145 on this side of my face and 155 on this side of my face. I know that you guys can definitely tell a difference, whereas 145 has a more golden undertone and 155 looks a little bit more of my skin complexion. I know these two shades look very similar, especially when they do dry down. Like on the back of my hand, they do dry down pretty much the same color. Even the bottle, it looks like it did dry down pretty much the same shade. I wanted to show you guys side by side different shades so you guys can definitely reference this. I would not recommend this foundation. It transfers like crazy. About 5 hours of wear time, you can notice that the foundation does start to disappear on you, even with setting powder. You guys already know my thoughts on the Colourpop pressed powder. I don't like this powder. It's very sheer. It didn't really do much for me. I would literally tap in the setting powder and then the foundation would just kind of just crumble and sink in and it just wouldn't look as good. Like right now, it's starting to sink into my smile lines and that's what it was doing at the beginning of the week when I first tested out the foundation. Even underneath my eyes, like currently right now I'm not wearing any concealer, but it's just sinking into my lines that I have underneath there. So I really don't think that this foundation is worth the $12. This entire week of me testing out the Colourpop foundation has been a flop. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have purchased this foundation. What are your thoughts? Do you feel like it's not as long lasting as it should be? What is your skin type? Are you oily, dry, combination? Let me know how this foundation worked out for you. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.